Brock's Cantina Reviews for another review today. Today's review is going to be on the Ahsoka Tano from the Mandalorian Season 2 and the new upcoming Ahsoka series on Disney+. I got this figure just a few days ago. I was lucky enough to find it at my local Target, and everything about it just screams perfection. I just love the way that they've made this figure. I love the way they've molded this figure. All of the awesome paint details and the etching of the face, or however in the world they do it nowadays with the printer. And it's just an awesome figure. And I hope you enjoy this review. We're going to do a little breakdown, articulation, and see how it compares with some of the other figures that we might see her with in the series. So hope you enjoy this little breakdown.
Alrighty, so the Black Series Ahsoka comes with the awesome figure and her two lightsabers, white lightsabers. This is whenever she has become basically a rogue Jedi. These sabers have a beautiful mold on them. I think they did absolutely fantastic with the silver and the black. And I just love these white sabers. They just look so good. Now, they actually did these a little differently. These actually have square peg holes in them instead of the round one like we normally have gotten. And these have little teeth on here, so it gives for a nice bite. And they're a little bit longer, so it makes it a little bit more sturdy up at the front. And the small saber is the very same as the big, except for it's just shorter. She also has, if you take the lightsaber blade off, she also has these really small peg holes, or pegs, on the side of her skirt, and I've had a hard time with these. Sometimes you can get them to stick on. That's about as good as you're going to get it, but if you barely touch it, it just comes right off. Maybe if you had it up on the shelf and you weren't afraid of them falling, you could get her posed like that. Which looks great. I think it looks awesome with the silver just adding next to this dark blue tunic that she has on. I think it looks really great. But can always be room for improvement. These could have been a little stiffer than just a little more stiff than what they are. It's just rubber. And if you barely touch them, you can see there's a little bit of flex from the plastic turning white on there. But going into the articulation of this, this Ahsoka is very posable. She's got very good range of motion. The only thing that is not a very good range of motion, unfortunately, is her head. And that is because of her headdress, or her tails that she has. I've heard it was tails, and I've heard it was a headdress, so I'm just going to let you guys decide. She can look up about yay far, look down about what you'd expect. Head can swivel a little bit, left and right, not too much. She does not get very much tilt, maybe just a hair. But she does have a double jointed neck, which, it's just the tails. It really is. Shoulders have that far range up. They can swivel all the way around. And the single jointed elbows, those are really nice. I actually like these. I think they work really well compared to some of the pins that we have poking through on some of them, where you can just see the big nasty pin sticking out on the side. Her hands can hinge up and down, both the same, and swivel all the way around. She has a torso swivel that works as an ab crunch as well. Legs can go out about that far before you start getting that white. You can see the white plastic being flexed. You can put it back down and it kind of hides it a little bit. Can kick out this far. Back. Stiff knee. Back about yay far. Has a swivel in the knee, along with the single jointed knee, which I really like with the molded robes in there. I think that looks really good. The Book of Boba Fett actually has that done, and I think that that figure just knocks it right out of the park. She has a forward and back hinge and pivot side to side on her ankle.
Alrighty, so that was the breakdown and the articulation for the Black Series Ahsoka Tano. I just can't get over how awesome this figure is. It just looks so good. It sits well with other figures on the shelf, either from the Book of Boba Fett series or the Mandalorian series, or just up to anybody in general that you just want to put it with, that you might have seen her with, and the Clone Wars or Rebels. I mean, she even ties well in with Rebels with her look and appearance. And hopefully we'll get to see a little bit of that in her series coming up, maybe with a live-action Ezra Bridger. So let's get into now some of the comparisons of just a couple figures that she's been seen with in the series.
Alrighty, so the first character that we're going to see her compared to is Bo-Katan from Season 2 of The Mandalorian. The live-action version, anyway. Bo-Katan is seen quite a bit throughout the Clone Wars, and she's seen a lot with Ahsoka Tano, especially during the Siege of Mandalore. And I just think that these two figures work really well together, both of their live-action appearances with Rosario Dawson and Mrs. Katie Sackhoff. I think that these figures look great together. I think they look awesome on the shelf. I think that they just got all their height right and everything about them, and it's just so great that we actually have so much more of a backstory now with these two awesome female characters, and I couldn't be happier with the way that they're taking these two to the next level, with Ahsoka getting her own TV show, and we know Bo-Katan's not done. We know that we're seeing her definitely in any of the upcoming series. That's might be a possibility, you know, Mando Season 3, the Ahsoka Tano series, and hopefully so much more in the future. And then we know that Ahsoka wouldn't have met our favorite Mando without Bo-Katan, and so Bo-Katan will send him to go see Ahsoka Tano and enlist her help in training the baby Grogu. And I just thought that arc was just absolutely incredible between these two. I really like how these two figures line up with each other. My Mando looks a little bit different because I did a little bit of work on him with a Gundam pin just to give him a little more shine. And I had to throw him with the Darksaber, of course, because, my goodness, he won it in battle. So I think these figures look really great, especially if you've got a nice shelf that you're trying to do some of the newer Star Wars stuff, some of the newer live-action things, you know, with the Book of Boba Fett and all that stuff. And I hopefully we'll get to see these two together in the future. I'm sure we will. And that is going to actually wrap it up for our comparisons.
Well, and that's going to wrap it up here for us at Brock's Cantina Reviews on the review of the Black Series Ahsoka Tano. Try your local Targets to see if you might be able to find one. I'm sure you could find one on Amazon or eBay. But please make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. We're just trying to grow the channel here. And hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much.